Hello and welcome back. My name's Andrew Keeping and today we're going to be doing a review of the Samson G-Track Pro USB multi-polar pattern microphone and audio interface all in one. So come and join me and let's find out just how good this microphone can be. Samson's G-Track Pro is a professional USB studio microphone with an audio interface. Now, the G-Track Pro is a complete recording solution for capturing vocals and instruments together, ideal for musicians, podcasters, gamers and streamers. The G-Track Pro is a multi-pattern USB condenser microphone, audio interface and mixer all in one. I shall explain what those terms mean and how important they are for the work that we can create using this microphone. It delivers up to 24-bit studio quality sound with zero latency monitoring. And with the included Motu audio desk recording software, the G-Track Pro is basically all you need from start to finish. Let's get into those explanations and let me test the microphone out and see just how good this microphone is and who does it suit best. Okay, so as you know, I review quite a few products on my YouTube channel, and the idea behind that is I've spent a lot of time and money invested in the work that I do, and I've spent a lot of time wasting money on products that I really didn't need or that didn't quite fit what I required. So I think I appreciated those YouTube videos that I looked at where people gave me a clear explanation of what was involved in the product that I was looking at and actually what would be best suited to the work that I wanted to do. So what we've got here is Samson's version of a really clever device. And it's been a while coming, I have to say. Up to now, what I would use to get my sound, decent sound, into my computer, you need to have an audio interface. An interface, something that will connect with the sound, the audio sound, with your device of your choice, whether it be a PC or whether it's a Mac. Now, we do that by using something that's going to take the signal of the audio from the microphone into an audio interface, which will be able to crank up using the preamps. And that means you can increase the level, the volume or the gain of the microphone, the recorded sound, and send it into a digital signal that is then transferred into your computer. Right, this is simply a plug and play device using this USB sturdy B-type connection, and it goes straight from the USB connection on your microphone through into the PC or Mac. You do not need to download any extra drivers, just plug and play your device and it will recognize it here in your system management, and then you can monitor it directly through here. Now, if you've chosen to take your recording and monitoring to the next level, hence looking at this review in the first place, you'd want to take this audio interface to your DAW, a digital audio workstation. In fact, Samson have actually included this in the package for free, and they use the Audio Desk recording software package in collaboration with a highly respected company, Motu. This is actually a big deal and a great offer to anyone that's new to this. The Audio Desk delivers almost everything you need to record, mix, and master multi-track recording, or just to dramatically improve the voiceovers of your podcasts or YouTube videos. Now, when I'm in my studio or when I'm traveling and recording live environments, I'll take something like my rig here, which is an audio interface that can take multiple instruments through it. I can put many microphones up and plug them all in through this system and be able to record everything onto that and then go into my DAW of choice, which is the Cubase. Now, there are many occasions when I don't need that size rig, and there are many occasions where you could have a separate audio interface. You get your microphone, you plug that into that, and then that into your computer. And that's how I started out. However, having a microphone, USB and audio interface all in one, but not just that, having 3 separate polar patterns is really useful. Very useful piece of kit this, and I can see the appeal for quite a large market here. So let's talk a little bit more about the polar patterns. So a dual 1-inch condenser microphone capsule offers selectable cardioid or unidirectional, bidirectional and omnidirectional pickup patterns for versatile recording. What does that actually mean? Cardioid polar pattern is, as the name suggests, it's heart shape. Cardioid is heart, and you'd have this sound that comes round from the back into like a heart shape. It has the most sensitivity at the front and is least sensitive at the back. This isolates it from unwanted ambient sounds and gives much more resistance to feedback than an omnidirectional microphone. And it means that a cardioid microphone is best suited for a single vocal line, or anything where you're doing a podcast in a room where you don't want any ambient sound being picked up. This works very, very well. And you can hear that's the pattern, that's the cardioid pattern. Now, the Omni microphone, I'm going to move over to the Omni microphone. This covers an entire ball, if you like, a 360-degree angle. Let's just test that out. You can hear the sound from every angle. This would be good and well suited to the environment where you're in a room where there are many other people in that room that you're interviewing or that are singing. You could sit this in front of a choir and you'd have multi-angles around you. Or if you want to record a conference directly to your computer, and this will pick up that sound. It's a decent sounding microphone, so therefore you're going to pick up all that sound. The figure of 8, let me move to that. This figure of 8 has isolation at this angle here. So you can see it's a figure of 8. It comes into a dome at the front and a dome at the back, which means that it's cut out. Sound is cut out from the side. Let's prove this. You can hear the sound. So this would be best suited, really well suited for an interview, or if you've got 2 singers, one either side. Or if you've got an interview where you're sitting at a table and you're doing a podcast where you're interviewing the person the other side of the table, it will pick up their sound, but it won't pick up any extra sound from the sides. Figure of 8. I haven't seen many microphones at this price range that are an audio interface with 3 different polar patterns. That's a really, really positive thing about this microphone. And that's what excited me when I was asked to do this review. An important test when looking at microphone is to see how much how much noise gain it has. So that basically means how much hiss does the microphone have at high levels. You're looking for a very low noise floor level if we can. So let's just do a test. I'm at the moment about 15%. I'll keep the volumes down so you can hear the hiss. About 50%. You can hear other sounds from other rooms as well. %. That's 100%. So when would you actually need to have the microphone up that high for noise floor level to be a distraction? It would be if you're recording a very quiet sounding instrument where you want to increase the level of the gain on the microphone. But generally for this sort of sound, I don't find that an interference. It's a very sensitive microphone, so it's not going to pick it up. And actually for this price range, that noise floor is very good. Let's talk now a little bit about the design and the feel of the microphone. I'm really impressed by the weight. I've seen reviews that said that the weight was, it was like a tank. it is like a tank. It's a heavy microphone. And I find when I'm filming with my cameras as well, a good heavy lens, it screams quality. And I like that. I like the fact that this is mobile, that I can take it around. I'm happy with the weight because it's not going to fall over. It's not going to move around. One thing I do notice, because it's on a solid base, I would put this on some foam or raise it possibly even to take it out of its mount. That doesn't appeal to me. I've got other microphones that I would put on a different mount if I needed to. I would want this exactly as it is, and I would adjust my sitting position or adjust the microphone just by putting it on something which has a bit of noise isolation if I needed that. Here's a little test. You can hear the sounds of the keyboard, but it's not too much of a distraction either. So again, I like the design. I like the feel of the buttons. The knobs are all pretty good. They're pretty sturdy. And I think it looks a good piece of equipment. Right. When we're setting levels on here, you can adjust the G-Track Pro's internal analog input gain stage by using the G-Track Pro's instrument and mic level knobs at the bottom. The purposes of the level or the gain controls are to optimize the amount of good signal relative to any associated noise. G-Track Pro preamp includes a clip indicator to show when the input signal is overdriven or clipping the input, and that will show the light coming up as a red. Let's talk a little bit about direct monitoring. Now, the G-Track Pro has a simple yet sophisticated direct monitoring system which provides zero latency monitoring. What does zero latency mean? Well, it means when you put your headphones in and you want to hear what's coming back from the microphone as you speak into it, there is no delay. That's latency is delay. That's what we're looking for. And on this, I have absolutely no delay. What I hear is what I'm hearing back. That's what we want. So let's talk about the front of the microphone. One of the useful buttons that I find is underrated on a lot of pieces of equipment is the mute button. Now, my son is a gamer, and when we turn up in the room, he wants to be able to turn off his microphone. And then when I've finished talking to him, he'll turn it back on again so that his friends don't have to hear what I'm telling him off about. So what I like about this is it can be monitored. If you've got headphones on, you will hear when the microphone's turned off and all the sound will be stopped. However, if you haven't got headphones on, it's indicated by the amber light, the green light turning to amber, and you can see if you are muted or not, and then you can come back into the room again. The other button we have on the top of the microphone here is the mono or 2-track button. That is basically, if I'm going to be doing just audio, talking, I'm going to be wanting to have a mono signal, just one signal coming into the computer or Mac. If I want to record two sound sources, I would use my volume on the microphone, and I would use the instrument as well. So on the back of the device, we've got a 1/4-inch jack. So that would be like most guitars would have a microphone or an input from a guitar into a 1/4-inch jack that would plug into amplifiers most of the time, but we can plug it directly into this source, and we can turn the volume up or the increased gain on the instrument. And you would need to monitor the 2 tracks at the same time, you'd need to click that over to 2-track monitoring. So let's put that to the test. Okay, so here we are. We've got both now turned to the 2-track monitoring. I've got the guitar in the back and the vocal mic on the front, and you can hear And now we have the microphone and the guitar at the same time, this time with the acoustic guitar as opposed to the classical guitar. Okay, so here's a disclaimer. Samson saw that I did reviews on microphones and other products, liked them and said that they would like me to do a review on this and give my honest opinion. So I thank them for sending it through. However, as I've said before, I see absolutely no reason in not giving a completely unbiased opinion, my professional opinion on this microphone, because there are so many people like I was that want to know that what they're buying and why. Does it suit you? That's the question to ask. Okay, so what are my thoughts on the microphone? Well, I have to say, I had an expectation before it came. I've always been impressed with Samson products. For the price range, for the market that they are gearing to, I think they do a very good job. The quality of the microphone at its price range is very good quality. The preamps on this thing are very good as well. But one of the difficulties I have with it is that I've noticed when I first started the plosives, and you can see I've put on here a pop filter because it doesn't come with a pop filter. And the problem that you have is, I'll give you a demonstration. The plosives are, if I'm talking into it and you hear the proximity effect, if I get closer and you get this Peter Piper picked, you get quite a lot of sound. Even if I move back, Peter Piper picked, you can feel the plosives there. Now, I need to put in, if you've got a singer working, or even if you're talking on the microphone and you're interviewing, you don't want those plosives getting in the way. So if I do now Peter Piper picked, you don't get the air popping into the filter, into the microphone. And it's worth investing in a cheap pop filter. Now, it doesn't fit very well to the stand, and they do come with their own ones, but they're about £20. And quite frankly, I'm not spending £20 when I can sort of work something else out. So my other thoughts. I think this is an excellent all-in-one piece of equipment. I will definitely use this for podcasts, for being able to use it for gaming for my son at home in the room that he's in, because you don't have to put arms across with cradles to put a microphone in to be able to talk to plug into an audio interface, and then from your audio face into that. It's all here in this one tank of a product. I think this is really good, and I see there's a big market for it, and I wholeheartedly recommend this. At the time of this review, they retail about £150 on Amazon.